Hello bass players, Stephen Cox here. Today we're going to learn Roar by Katy Perry. Now in this arrangement I threw a few extra things in there, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, here's the verse part, and this is where we're going to start. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's the whole verse part. We're going to start by playing the first fret on the A string, and we're going to play that 4 times with the rhythm 1 and 2 and. So it's going to be on beat 1 and the and after 2, the upbeat after beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and that's it for the first note. Then on that following beat 3, we're going to play the 3rd fret on the A string. So here's the pattern up to that point. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So now we're going to apply that same rhythm to a completely different set of notes for the second half. So what you want to do is you want to play the 3rd fret on the E string, and you're going to play that 4 times on beats 1 and the and of 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Then on beat 3, we're going to play the 6th fret on the A string. So once again, that second half is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And on the and of 4 at the end of that, I slide down to get back to the first note. So now that we've got the verse, let's move on to the second half. I'd still call it the second half of the verse, maybe the pre-chorus. And basically, this is going to be almost identical to the verse, except we're going to throw in a note on every downbeat, a beat 3 in the pattern. So here's what it sounds like. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 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 3 and 4 and. So there, if you'll notice, I accented the notes that were being added. And so the first time through, it's just an extra hit on the 1st fret on the A string. And the second half of the pattern is just an extra hit on beat 3 on the 3rd fret of the E string. So that's it for the pre-chorus, and that's all, the only difference. Okay, so next we're going to do the chorus. And here's what I played for the chorus. 2, 3, 4. So what this is the 1st fret on the A string, then the 3rd fret on the D, the 3rd fret on the G, then back down, the 3rd fret on the D, and the 1st fret on the A string. So that's this little quick part. So first, 3, 3, 3, 1, and that rhythm there is 1E and a 2E and a 3E and. So it's on a 3E and. So it's using 16th notes here. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay? And then the next measure is going to be a lot like the verse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. When I say the verse, I really mean the part after the verse where we're hitting beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Really, it's the same. Okay. Anyway, that's the first half of the chorus. Then the second part is going to start on the 3rd fret on the E string. And the cool thing about this is it has the same rhythm as the first part. So once you get that rhythm down, you're good to go. The notes here are going to be on the E string, then 5, 5 on the A string and the D string. But after you get to that 5, we're going to do a pull off to 3 on the D string, and then back to 5 on the D string. And what I'm doing there is I'm actually only hitting the 5th fret on the D string once, and everything else is a pull off and a hammer on. Okay? So check it out. Okay? So what you do to do a pull off is you lift this hand up, but you kind of lift it with a little bit of force so that it's like plucking for that note. Okay? And then to hammer on, you just apply some pressure and put that finger back down. So here it is in time, one more time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Okay, so that's it for the chorus part, or the first half of the chorus part. I guess this song kind of technically has 4 different sections. It's like the verse, maybe the pre-chorus, the chorus, and I'm going to call this next part the post-chorus. Call it what you will. Here's the next part. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm embellishing that part from the chorus even more. So this is going to be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E, a 3E and a 4E and a... Wait, on that part there's a little extra. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... Okay? And then the rest is just like the verse. So the cool thing is just those little fills. Okay? And then... And that's it. So what these are is virtually the same thing as the chorus part. 1, then 3, 5, 3, 1. So 3 on the D, 3 on the G, 3 on the D, and then back to that first fret on the A. And then on beats 4 and you're going to hit the 3rd fret on the D string and the 1st fret on the A. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So that's just 3 on the D, 1 on the A. And then the second measure is just like the verse part. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay? Then the second half is going to be the 3rd fret on the E again. That whole passage with the hammer on pull off. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a. But now we're going to add on beats 4 and 4 and. That's going to be 3 on the G string and 5 on the D string. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. 3 on the G, 5 on the D. Sorry. That's what it's going to sound like. So then after you get that fill down, the second half of that is just the same thing from the verse. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. And you still slide out. Okay? So the first time we do that, we don't do the whole entire post-chorus part twice like we do later on in the song. We just do it once, and then after that, we just go and we cut that note short. So here's the whole post-chorus part the first time through. we go back into the verse part again at this point. There's a little pause before, and then we go back into the verse. So now we do all this stuff again, only this time the verse is shorter. So we go to the second half after 4 bars instead of 8 bars. Okay? So we do 1 time through the verse pattern. Well, no, that's the second half of the verse. The first part is just 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and after that we are hitting the beat 3, like the second half of the verse. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a... Then we go all the way through the chorus and the post-chorus, and this time on the post-chorus we're going to play the whole thing through twice. So that whole entire thing is going to sound like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a... Almost. Okay, so you get the idea. I messed up the fill there, but it's... And then we cut out for a second, and the guitar does a bridge by itself, and then there's a build-up. And so on the build-up, we're going to cut out for a couple bars, and then when we come in, we're just playing the first fret on the E string, and we're starting quiet and getting gradually louder. And then right at the end, we're going to slide from the first fret all the way up to the 13th fret on the E string. And that's all you do there. So you're going to build up. 3, 4, 1. Okay? And then after that, you're going to go back into the chorus section. You do that a couple times, then you do the post-chorus section twice, and you're done with the song. And you just end on that first fret on the A string. So I hope you enjoy playing through this song, and please stay tuned for some more bass lessons coming at you soon.